Hey guys, it's Landon Blake from Redefined Horizons, and this is the second video in our video series, How We Work. And as a reminder, that video series shows you how to use the tools and workflows that we use here at Redefined Horizons in your own business. And so in the first video, we showed you how to do article outlines in an online tool called Workflowy. And in the second video, we're going to show you how to use the Hemingway Editor to improve the clarity of your writing. And the Hemingway Editor is an online tool. You can see it here at hemingwayapp.com. They also have a desktop application that you can purchase. I think it's about 25 bucks the last time I checked. I had some issues getting that to run on some of my Windows operating systems, but you're welcome to give it a spin. However, the online version works really well. So I've got the beginning of an article laid out in the Hemingway Editor. This is the article that we outlined in the previous video. It's entitled Think Twice Before You Give a Client That Discount They Ask For on Your Surveying Services. And we're going to go ahead and write a little bit of this article in this video in Hemingway Editor so you can see how the tool works. Okay, so real quick, let me go over the user interface. There's a simple set of options here at the top to style your writing, your text content. All of your text content goes in the center view here. Okay. Right over here on the right, it tells you what grade level your article readability is. So right now I'm at grade 7. That's good. If you get up into the college level readability, that means your writing is either hard to understand or using some technical jargon and it's not going to be accessible to a wide audience. It gives you your word count right below here. And then right down here is a series of colored boxes. There's 5 of them, and these provide you with some warnings and cautions on your writing. So the first one here tells you that you've got some adverbs in your article. The Hemingway Editor does not like adverbs. There's some mixed feelings on adverbs. I don't have strong opinions on them. I don't feel about them as strongly as the Hemingway Editor does, so I will tend to leave some adverbs in my article. But it's good to be conscious of it, so that tool helps. The second box tells you when you're using passive voice. Unlike adverbs, I find that most of the time passive voice is horrible. And so I need to really pay attention to this box here. I try to always rewrite sentences that are in a passive voice. I can't always do that, but 95% of the time I can. This next box down, the pink or magenta box, tells you when you can substitute a simpler phrase for a phrase that you have in your writing. This yellow box tells you that you have some sentences that are hard to read. Usually the Hemingway Editor will give you this warning if your sentences get too long. And then if your sentences are really long or they're just not worded properly, it'll flag it here in this red box, tell you your sentences are very hard to read. I try not to ever have any red sentences that appear in this red box. Usually no matter what I do, I end up with some sentences here in the yellow box. I try and keep that to a minimum. But I find that if I split up my sentences so that I don't get any of these yellow boxes, my writing is really choppy. So I'll leave that kind of up to your judgment. So that's how those warning boxes work here on the right hand side. So you can see I've got some text in here. I've styled my title as a heading 1. I've put in my subheadings, made those heading 2. I put in the first 2 paragraphs of my introduction, and then I've got my other subheadings here. And so let's just go over what we have right now in our editor. So you can see right now it doesn't like this adverb just. Your client just asked you. And like I said, I don't feel strongly about adverbs, but I'll probably admit that. It'll probably make my writing a little clearer. So you just click on that box. It takes it away. Then you can see down here, it's got another adverb here. One good reason, maybe, to give your clients a discount. Now I don't want to pull this adverb out because I think this is key, right? I'm trying to tell the reader, like, look, this may be a good reason, it may not be. So I'm going to go ahead and leave that maybe in. I'm going to ignore that. I'm going to ignore that error. And then right here, it doesn't like this sentence. It's telling me, hey, that's a hard sentence to read. It said we conclude the article by showing how helping cutthroat competitors that drive the need for discounts. And it just doesn't like this because it's a long sentence. So for example, if I put a period here, it likes those two short sentences a lot better. And I don't like this as much because I want to be specific about how I'm trying to get you to avoid helping cutthroat competitors. And I don't think if I put that in brackets, that's going to make a difference. It doesn't. So I'm probably gonna just gonna leave that sentence long there. And you can see right here, it doesn't like my heading. Now if I take this out, it likes that better. So I got to decide what to do there. And here's part of the problem. So this is why Hemingway Editor is a good tool. So in my conclusion, I wanted to talk about two things I wanted you to avoid. One is helping cutthroat competitors, and the other is helping clients that demand discounts. And what this is probably telling me, what Hemingway Editor is probably telling me, is it's too much. So I either need to add another subheading, or I probably need to write a separate article. And I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to put that topic about how to avoid helping clients that demand discounts. Probably going to put that in another article. So as soon as I do that, I can simplify this last subheading, and I can also simplify this sentence. And now I can just say how not to help cutthroat competitors. And so, man, Hemingway really likes all that except for the maybe. So that's why Hemingway Editor is a good tool. It can, just points out when you might be getting a little wordy, when you need to rethink the structure of your article, or maybe separate topics into a separate article. All right, so now I'm going to go ahead and show you what I like to do in my writing. Is after I have my subheadings lined out, I just like to go in and add my topic sentences for each of my paragraphs. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do that here and show you how that works. I want to take this off heading 2 now, but I'm gonna put it in italics. So we'll have all our topic sentences in italics, and that's just the way I like to write. You don't have to write that way, but it helps me kind of it helps me be organized in my writing. So my first topic sentence is going to say, there are 3 bad reasons to give your client a discount on your land surveying services. Okay, so that'll be my first topic sentence. I'll have 1 or 2 other sentences there in that paragraph because it'll be a short paragraph. Okay, so here's the next topic sentence. The first reason, say the first bad reason to give your client discount on land on because you really need the work. Alright, so it says A, really is an adverb. I'm going to go ahead and leave that there. I think I want to leave really in there. And you can say, oh yeah, it doesn't like my sentence. Seems it's getting a little hard. I don't know if there's a way I can shorten that. So I'm going to go ahead and leave it. And then we could go ahead and add another topic sentence. So I'll have a few sentences here that explain this topic sentence. I'm going to add another one. The second bad reason. You know what? Let's try this. Let's add a colon here. Yeah, see, it didn't like that. But I actually like that better, but it didn't make the sentence any easy to read. The second bad reason, so we'll do this other topic sentence in the same format. To give your client a discount on your land surveying services because they promise you future work in return for the discount. Alright, so it doesn't like that one either. So let's see if I can get, it really doesn't like this one. Let me try getting rid of because and see if that helps. We don't really need there. Let's try it here. We're we're going to change this a little bit. Your client promises you. And so it still doesn't like that. You know what might work here? Let's just do this. Let's just do number 1. Alright, so it likes this, and it's probably a little less wordy. So this is why I like Hemingway Editor, because it helps me make these kind of changes in my writing. Alright, okay, so we're going to see if I can get another short topic sentence here. Make it italic. So here's the good reason. I didn't get the right. Try that. We don't need it to be a heading, and we want it to be italic. You have a competitive, let's say a unique advantage that allows you to provide the discount. All right. Okay, so it likes that one. It says that's nice and short and snappy. Now, I would try to give you an example of passive voice, but I can't think of one right now because Hemingway Editor, because I use it frequently, it has trained me to eliminate passive voice. As you can see, I still have a little bit of a problem of being too wordy and liking adverbs too much, but Hemingway Editor has helped me eliminate passive voice. But you will definitely see if you paste in your writing here, if you use passive voice, it'll flag it up. So anyways, Hemingway Editor is a great, simple little online tool that helps you write clearly. You can see now I'm still at grade 6, so that's good. This article should be understandable by a wide audience. And it's flagging things here that you don't get in your standard Microsoft Word spell check and grammar check. So that's going to wrap up this video on the Hemingway Editor tool. I'll just mention here at the end of the video another great tool to edit your writing is called Grammarly. It's also an online tool. You can run it as a plugin or extension in Microsoft Word. I'll try and do a video on Grammarly in the future for this video series, but definitely if you like Hemingway Editor, check out Grammarly as well. All right, and we'll catch you guys on the next video in the series, I hope.